What is great, Tesla family? It's Beam J back with another video, and in this, I need to separate what's the deal with Tesla stock and the general market. I'm likewise going to separate what's going on with the monetary schedule and why Tesla saw an exceptionally dangerous move to the potential gain after the market shut. Thus, I will separate this data, separate how the TRS are looking, what you ought to look for over time. Yet, let me first say that I am not a monetary organizer, so take nothing I say as monetary counsel. And furthermore, in the event that you all can, kindly look at the Webull Connect, which is down underneath and in the portrayal. Assuming that you pursue Webull and store $500, you're insured 20 free stocks. With $25,000 or more, you're insured 75. Anyway, what has been going on with Tesla? What is the deal with the offer cost? In the first place, we had some terrible news that emerged. Tesla declared that they will be reducing costs for their unreasonable stock. In this way, this means when Tesla created their vehicles, they delivered north of 40,000 additional vehicles than what they wound up conveying during Q1. Thus, Tesla has unreasonable stock. They have a lot of SUVs simply lounging around. Tesla's attempting to dispose of them, and what are they going to do? They will be reducing costs by $4 to $7,000. That is extremely concerning on the grounds that financial backers are stressed that will prompt bunches of. They're taking care of into their edges, they won't get a lot of benefits off of them. Not the best of information for Tesla. In this way, when Tesla made that declaration, we saw the offer cost hold down and we saw Tesla keep on excess frail. And afterward, we got additional minimizations from various investigators saying Tesla will tumble to $113 an offer and so forth, reducing their cost targets. In general, that was terrible information. That is the reason Tesla wound up auctioning off today, looking sort of feeble contrasted with the market. However, at that point, there was additionally news that emerged from Reuters that Tesla was fundamentally not going to be going on with the designs for their new reasonable model. Things have changed with that, however, in light of the fact that Elon Musk blamed them for lying. So that didn't actually cause a lot. I think we got somewhat pop when that news came out, then kept on returning. In any case, it sort of stuck at this low level, or possibly it was stayed when we shut. And afterward, out of nowhere, the market closes, and afterward, Tesla gets a dangerous move to the potential gain as far as possible back to about $173 an offer. It's at present at $171.50, up more than 4%. For what reason did Tesla get a major bob in the late night? Here is the response. We have a major declaration. Elon Musk is saying that Tesla will reveal its robo-taxi on August 8th. The offers have popped because of that, and that is some extremely huge news. Anyway, for what reason is this extremely significant? The significant thing about this is the way that we've been hanging tight for the robo-taxi for the majority, numerous years, and presently on August 8th, we have an authority date that Musk is saying that they will reveal the item. Musk has spoken about the robo-taxi project for quite a long time, and it could address a significant new business for the vehicle creator as financial backers become careful about the organization as the time of development is easing back a little. They likewise referenced that, when Reuters emerged and they said that Tesla had plans for their Tesla's arrangements for the exceptionally expected minimal expense vehicle model had been rejected, Musk blamed them for lying, and afterward he emerged with this enormous tweet after that. Presently, this will be incredibly significant. The present moment we're checking out at FSD choices, they are very costly for many individuals out there, and we will watch to see what's the distinction with the robo-taxi, what capacities it has. I'm extremely eager to see what the item winds up giving us. Thus, it will be exceptionally energizing, incredibly fascinating. This is the authority tweet from Elon Musk somewhere in this vicinity, the Tesla robot taxi divulge on 8/8. Extremely fascinating stuff. Along these lines, I can hardly stand by to see what this holds. Tesla will probably hole up on Monday, and we'll see what Tesla does from that point. Does it return or not? Be that as it may, paying little mind to what occurs, Tesla's looking really good here. We'll perceive the way well it holds up, yet I'm expecting a decent hole, and afterward we'll see what it does in response to that. In any case, this is extremely astonishing information. I can hardly hold on to see what occurs with that. Presently, for the more extensive business sectors, we have more information coming. I need to discuss this genuine fast before I separate the offer costs. I needed to take note of that here. We have more information coming out that will be vital. Beginning on Monday, for Monday we have a few information. It won't be simply crazy. But simply have shopper inflationary assumptions, then a lot of Bill Barter's emerging. For Monday, going into Tuesday, we have something extremely comparable. We have monetary idealism reports, and furthermore the Bill Barter's emerging, extremely minor information too. Be that as it may, for Wednesday we have CPI emerging and a lot of taking care of speakers. CPI will be vital as it's supposed to be somewhat more sweltering than assumptions, or please accept my apologies, it's supposed to be somewhat more smoking than previously. Along these lines, that will be significant. For Thursday, we have PPI information emerging. That is supposed to be hot too. This is the maker value record. It resembles CPI on the maker side. That is significant. Then at that point for Friday, the information is somewhat more minor as we simply have Michigan purchaser opinion information, and several took care of speakers. In any case, I would like to take note of that we have some significant profit emerging. The vast majority of the income for the week will be minor, yet on that Friday we have JP Morgan pursue, Wells Fargo, Darkstone City, and moderate. We have bunches of large bank income emerging for Friday. Along these lines, that will be vital as well. Along these lines, we'll perceive the way each of this winds up influencing us. Yet again, we'll see where Tesla winds up opening on Monday, yet I truly do expect an expected hole-up-like move is a genuine chance as Tesla is at this key level. Along these lines, watch this help here at this $170 region. Check whether Tesla holds this and we could be searching for another push higher, assuming we wind up doing as such. For SPY, despite the fact that SPY is attempting to push here, we are somewhat stuck among obstruction and supply. Watch $520 to $518 as an obstruction zone, and we have support here around $517.50, $556, and $56.50, $5. However we break will decide the a lot greater move. Generally, SPY is attempting to push, yet regardless of that event, there is a downtrend on SPY on the much greater picture since, supposing that you take a gander at the record-breaking high since we hit that 2 or 3 days prior, it descended, hit this high once more, descended, made a lower high sinking here as proceeding. Anyway, is SPY going to proceed to downtrend? Could it pop somewhat more and afterward advance down lower? It's a genuine chance. In this way, simply watch out. Same thing with the QQQ. Most recent few weeks, it's been simply exchanging sideways here. It's all the while it's been downtrending for a long while. We had this high here back in spring, descended, made a lower high, descended, made a lower high, descended, made a lower high, descended, made a lower high. All in all, might we at any point pop again, somewhat higher to this awkwardness and afterward return, or on the other hand, do we keep on sinking? That is the very thing I sort of expect here. That is the very thing it's been doing as we're moving towards supply. Thus, check out what happens once we approach $440 to $442 on the QQQ. If that breaks, watch $446. Assuming you reject off that, there's probably going to some disadvantage come. However, I feel that either $444 may be it or $442 nallers this reach may be retested and dropped down. It's a genuine chance. For 2 or 3 different variables out there, we have NVDA. NVDA, as I would see it, is attempting to push a tiny bit of spot. However, we will be taking a gander at obstruction. Furthermore, let me likewise note that we have an incredibly fascinating pattern here. In this way, we have opposition around $883 and we have support at $877. We're somewhat in the middle between. We'll see what direction it breaks. However, the graph can possibly push somewhat higher towards $885. Presently, we could push somewhat more on NVIDIA, however, watch obstruction. We'll check whether we get a dismissal in light of the fact that the general pattern is as yet negative. Since when you zoom out, we've been making worse high points and worse low points reliably. All in all, would we say we are going to come up somewhat more to test our pattern line then at that point return? Or then again, would we say we are going to sink? We'll look for that incredibly cautiously. Lastly, we have Apple stock. Apple is extremely exhausting. It's been stuck somewhere in the range of $169 and $170. On the off chance that it breaks $170, could push higher. In the event that it loses $169, could see lower. Also, we're somewhat stuck. Thus, we could stay sort of reach-headed for the present until we see which bearing breaks. However, that is all there is to it for the graphs for now. Thus, so I need to finish up the video from here and simply say that Tesla can possibly push a piece higher. We need to see where we open, and assuming Tesla holds up, and in the event that we hold $170, I could see another push coming on Tesla, to some extent briefly. I miss all the publicity about the robo-taxi, and this could really prompt continuation going into Monday. Along these lines will need to find out how things turn out. I see possible in the diagrams. I'm extremely amped up for this, and we'll need to find out how things turn out, basically pushing ahead. However, so folks, I simply need to thank you all such a huge amount for tuning in. If it's not too much trouble, partake in the end of the week. I realize a decent end of the week's coming up, so do what you need to do and fare thee well. What's more, I will without a doubt see you all tomorrow in another extremely fast update. In any case, so fare thee well. Much thanks to you all such a huge amount for tuning in. To us to the moon in light of the fact that the long haul is exceptionally splendid close by for the entire market. In spite of what you find for the time being, the long haul is still extremely brilliant. Stay hopeful, be positive, and I'll see you folks very soon. Much thanks to you for tuning in, and Harmony out.